And as we walk through here, entering into the silence, the stillness of this environment, it offers a wonderful opportunity to enter into one of the beautiful biblical narratives of one of the great prophets of Israel of old, Elijah, Eliyahu, the prophet. As he will, in 1 Kings chapter 19, he will find his way to Mount Sinai, which by itself is really quite remarkable that after hundreds of years, people still knew where the mountain of God in the desert was. People still knew where Mount Sinai was for Elijah to return there and find it. Just imagine what Ben Gurion would have thought and felt if he saw this, what Israel has achieved out here in the desert, and the children of our young generation, our new generation, just playing and enjoying, rolling down the hill of the grass here in the desert in this beautiful garden that was made in their honor. I'm sure this would have been the most fulfilling sight for them to see, as it is, as they see through our eyes and our hearts today. Why specifically 3 times that it's important? What would it mean for Peter in his restoration moving forward? Realignment and seeing the future with his heart, and to know where he's going. All right, so it's challenging at the same time, however, because it's not a matter of do you love me in terms of your emotion. It's do you love me in the biblical Hebrew sense of the word, as a covenant word, meaning covenant action. The what will you do as a covenanted life? If you love me, what is that going to materialize as? So God will gather the armies of the world to this valley. This is that historical battleground, okay? And from this valley as the last gateway to the land, okay? It's the second gateway, moving from the north into the land. And when you take the second gateway, then the whole rest of the land is open to you. From here you go up to Jerusalem. And that's what John describes, the armies of the world being brought to Armageddon. Armageddon being broken into 2. Har Megiddo. Har is the hill of Megiddo where the city is built on. So over the valley is what is described in Revelation. And then from here, the armies will move up to Jerusalem, all right, that direction. And there, God will take care of them as he saves Israel. And over here now, I want to focus on this one icon that is that relates to how to teach truth in the face of heresy, okay, from the perspective of the church, okay? And so you have this icon, and icons are, again, are the culture of the Eastern Greek Orthodox Church, and that, well, icon in Greek means image, right, okay? And so it's not art, it's not decoration. It's meant to take you from your dimension into its dimension. Where we are standing right now is the desert of Tzin, okay? So this is not where the spies or explorers are sent forth from. That's farther south in Paran. But the exploration of the land begins here, all right? So from this perspective of Numbers chapter 13, the desert of Tzin, where we're located right now, in this beautiful canyon, this valley before us, is the beginning point of the exploration to see if the land is good or not according to God's testimony. Well, from the beauty of this place, I would say this is a wonderful inheritance to have. But what is not evident from this vantage point, when we look, we actually have to go down into the valley of Tzin that is before us here, and we find that there are numerous springs. There's many springs down there, making this valley, although desert, still actually a very good place. This desert oasis is down there. As we look out over this valley, this is really a center point of so many biblical narratives, is right around here, around this valley, in such a profound way. We already mentioned Elijah on Mount Carmel. Exactly, very good. Over there at Mount Tabor, okay, that beautiful horse. This one out is this nicely rounded hill that's just emerging up out of the valley, okay, the Mount Tabor. In Mount Tabor, remember any stories from there? There is a lady who's a mother to Israel. All right, she as a judge for Israel, you have Deborah, yes, Dvorah, and her. Yes, my mama. That's right. Exactly. Well, yeah, she looks really good for her age. But what is? Oh dear, you can edit that, right? My dad's over here. So often, when the biblical text wants to talk about that which is eternal, it uses the Hebrew word olam, and olam also means the world, and it could also mean something hidden. So what is it that we're talking about when we think about eternity? What is eternity? How can we grasp that which is eternal? It's very hard for our finite minds to do such. Well, this choice of language might give us perspective of ancient Israel, the ancient Hebrews, their engagement with the world, with the nature around them, with the rocks, and their sense of timelessness, that they've been here long before us, and they're going to be here long after us, or after me at least. It's eternal. Or at least it has the experience of the idea, the feeling of that which is eternal. And this might be a really nice way to start thinking about the eternal nature of dwelling with God.